Good evening, Nick and classmates. Tonight, my group and me will make a panel discussion. Our topic of this panel discussion is tobacco consumption. Next to me, I have my four panelists. Like you can see, my first panelist is Boris Villeda. He's a doctor of Honduras National Hospital. And next to Boris, I have Julio El Salto. He is a tobacco consumer. And next to Julio, I have Jorge Reyes. He is a tobacco seller. And finally, I have Kevin Barrio. He is an expert about tobacco consumption. Well, to introduce you about this topic, I will give you a preamble about this topic. Smoking is an addiction caused by the consumption of snuff, mainly associated with one of its activist components, like nicotine, which act on the central nervous system. But not only nicotine is a clear danger to the smoker, other components such as tar, cyanide, or carbon monoxide, to name a few. Okay, to start this panel discussion, I will make a few questions to my expert, and also I have the audience participation. My first question is what caused the tobacco consumption, and I want to listen the the opinion of my expert Kevin Barrio.
The beginnings of the most smokers tend to have social conditions, recognition, acceptance, transgression, etc. Subsequently, there may be other reasons physiological, such as the pleasure derived from smoking, as well as the feeling of relaxation and concentration. You can also assign certain therapeutic properties, such as antidepressant and other relief actions.
Okay, I have another panelist to give his opinion about what caused the tobacco consumption.
Actually, I like to smoke because when I have problems, so this I can take a smoke cigarette and I can relax. I can feel like relaxing of myself. I don't know. It's so good for me.
Mm. Okay, the next question is what is the impact of the tobacco consumption? And for this, I have the doctor of National Hospital of Honduras.
I think that the consumption of tobacco have a lot of problems in the life of the people because when the people smoke, these people have a lot of problems with the respiratory systems and probably have a cancer in a future.
Is the leading cause of preventable diet in the United States. The impact on society by the use of snuff in terms of mortality cost. Each year, more than 96 billion of the total cost of health care in the United States can be directly attributed to smoking.
To complement the argument of my partner, actually the causes of this addiction have much to do with preconceived ideas that have been sold signs at media, among which cinema or advertising. The beginnings of most smokers tend to have social conditions.
Okay, to continue, if the audience have a question, I will give you a time to make it. Okay.
Could the doctor explain me more about the social smoking that is really common?
I think that the social condition have a lot of influence in the people because the the young people they see that the other friends smoke and these people look cool or they listen that when they smoke feel relaxed or feel another 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 sensitive or I don't know and about these commentaries the people have the 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 inquietude to smoke.
Okay. The next question we know that tobacco is an addiction and the problem of the tobacco or cigarette is the nicotine. But have any another product like similar to the cigarette, but isn't produce any damage to the health?
I have heard that exists the electronic cigarette that can be a good thing for smokers because it's a way that a smoker can reduce the consume or he he likes to smoke, so for me it's a good product. I have heard another thing that is a gram of nicotine that people use to also to reduce the consume of tobacco.
After it, we have an alternative to the consumer, but how we can stop to smoke or to stop to smoke?
Planning is required. Avoiding situation associated with the snuff, as place, friends, coffee, or alcohol. Physiological support can be helpful, like group therapy, patches, or nasal sprays, are other elements that can help stop the snuff.
Okay, a question from a comment about this topic from the audience.
Good evening, my name is Abner and I believe that I have a serious addiction with tobacco and I want to know if exists some kind of medicine or tip or maybe a technique to get me out of this addiction. So, this question is for Sir Gia Lo.
Uh-huh. Can you repeat the question?
Okay, I believe that myself. I believe that I have a serious addiction with tobacco, and I want to know how I can get out of this addiction.
I think that people can help us to reduce the consume because house we are younger, so we see much the social media and the social media can be helpful if we want because social media can be a thing that smoke is too bad because produce cancer. I don't know. Exists another method that is so important that can be helpful for us.
Well, I have a comment, and maybe people nowadays are very stressed. They have many things to do. Like in our case, we are in a university where we have to work and also study. So people tend to find a way to relieve this stress, and some people tend to smoke. I believe there is an alternative, as they mentioned before. People can come and perform other type of activities like performing sports. You can go to swim. You can play soccer. We have the facilities over here, so you can do many other activities to relieve the stress. And as they mentioned before, also it's about like social media. People over here, they tend like, you want a cigarette, it's good, you will look cool, girls will like it, but it's not okay, because as Abner said, he has an addiction to tobacco. And my friend, you have to leave it because it's bad for your health. As Dr. Body said, it gives lung cancer, and then you're gonna die. So I believe you should stop using tobacco and find another alternative. Also, don't let people influence you, because that's not good, and it's gonna damage your health. You're gonna be weak, and then it's like a lot of cost in medicine, and that's not okay. And now the tobacco companies are, sending a message. They tell you that tobacco is dangerous, and people don't even care, but you must care. And in respect to the other, alternative of the electric cigarette, I believe it is good, but not as well, because you also start smoking, and you don't leave like the habit, and maybe you can recall on your addiction easier than if you leave tobacco, forever. So people should try hard.
I have another comment. Is that I think that one of the best things that they can do is to look for help, but good help, because some people rely on their friends that tell them to smoke more or something like that. But I think that they should look for the correct help, and to help them leave that problem.
Okay. If we have any comment, the summary about this panel discussion is the tobacco consumption is an addiction created for the stress, and also this consumption have a consequence in the health, like the Dr. Boris said, create cancer. Also the answer to the tobacco consumption. The answer to the tobacco consumer is the tobacco have a nicotine, and a solution is without nicotine is the electronic cigarette that can be an alternative to the consumers. And also we can find help like the anonymous sociality or rehabilitation, and also like the audience said, practice some sport to free the stress. So this is our panel discussion about tobacco consumption, and thank you for your time.